It is my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker for this evening. Dr. Jake Kleinmahon comes to us via Westchester, and recently he was a doctor, one of 3 pediatric cardiology specialists in Louisiana. It's my understanding that 2 of those doctors left the state because of the harsh rules, laws, and all of the horrible things that were going on there against LGBTQ people. And Jake and his husband and family decided this is not the place where they wanted to be. We, on the other hand, are really lucky to have them here because you may have read about Jake in the newspapers and heard about him from your friends, because he came here and they are now starting, or have started, a pediatric transplant unit at Northwell Health right here in our area. So Louisiana is left with 1 cardiac, well, I can't even say it. I'm just like, it's overwhelming to me that this is happening, and the ripple effects that these people don't realize, how they put so many people in their state in jeopardy. But I'm going to stop because Jake has a very compelling story. I want you to hear from him. It's my pleasure to introduce him.
Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom, Temple Sinai family. It is an honor to stand here tonight before you and celebrate Pride. No matter who we love, how we identify, what we call ourselves, Pride affects all of us. It affects all of us because Pride is about the ability to live authentically to who we are. It is about celebrating the spark and the sparkle in each of us. Whether you identify with any of the letters of LGBTQIA+, does not determine your ability to participate and unapologetically support our community. All are needed and all are welcome. So with that in mind, tonight I'm going to show you why Pride matters by a couple of stories. We now live in Roslyn for almost 2 years. We were previously in New Orleans as a pediatric heart transplant cardiologist. When I receive a call from a pediatrician, it's usually because a child's in need of help. But a few years ago, a call from a pediatrician helped me find a deeper connection to Judaism. A beloved pediatrician in New Orleans, Mike Wasserman, called me and asked if I was interested in being a camp doctor in Mississippi at URJ's Jacobs Camp. I thought it was a joke. He wanted to know if a gay Jew wanted to go to rural Mississippi to be a camp doctor for a week. The irony was not lost on me. But being someone who has a difficult time saying no, I thought about it for about a minute and told him I was in. A few months later, as I was packing for camp during Pride Month, I became fearful. A camp in Mississippi may not be accepting of the LGBTQ+ community, I thought. And while it was a bit uncomfortable for me, most importantly, I thought about the campers who might harbor those same fears, feeling unseen or unsafe. What could I do? Want to join, Connor? So, I went to our bag of nail polish and painted my toenails in a rainbow. I figured I'd be wearing sandals at camp, and if just one camper saw those colors and thought to themselves, I'm safe here, I'm seen, it would be worth it. In that moment, the discomfort I felt for myself faded. I replaced it by a deep commitment to loving kindness. I understood that I had to get over my own discomfort to comfort others, create a small sanctuary where children could truly be themselves. Fortunately, my fears were completely put to rest. When the staff meeting at the first night I was there, the camp director opened up a box filled of Jacob's Camp pride-colored t-shirts for the entire staff. In a few weeks, I'll be headed off with brightly painted toenails to my 4th year as a URJ camp doctor and 2nd year at the unapologetically inclusionary Crane Lake Camp. Unfortunately, the dedication to kindness and compassion, the focus on Derek Eretz, the way of the land, encompassing respect, common decency, and ethical conduct that lives in abundance at camp, has slipped away from what we see and hear in our wider world. In a world flooded with headlines of painful executive orders and brazen displays of hate, in a time of dangerous restrictions on gender-affirming care, we stand together tonight to celebrate Pride. To be clear, this is not a political speech. This is a speech about treating others with kindness and empathy. During times like these, I think it's helpful to reflect on the past as we think about the future. So here comes another story. 19 years ago when I came out, my reality was framed by 3 things. I was told 1, I couldn't get married. 2, I couldn't have a family and have kids. And 3, I couldn't be an out doctor. That was the life that I was told I could never have. So how did that turn out? In 2015, just 1 month after marriage equality became the law of the land, I married my incredible husband, Tom. Today, we are the proud fathers of an amazing 8-year-old daughter, Isabel, and a wonderful 6-year-old son, Connor. Our family is a testament to simcha, the profound joy and blessing of life. After completing my training, I served as the medical director of Louisiana's only pediatric heart transplant program. As an openly gay doctor, yes, in Louisiana. But in 2023, as a new wave of hateful bills moved through the Louisiana legislature, laws targeting our family, our friends, and our children, we knew we had to leave. We were being legislated out of our home, denied the common decency we deserved. As we talked about moving, I was recruited by Cohen Children's of Northwell Health. I was asked if I was interested in starting the first ever pediatric heart transplant program on Long Island. My first reaction was, that sounds crazy. Then I asked, when can I come interview? I'd be moving back to my home state, close to my family and friends, with an opportunity to build something truly special. After accepting the job, our personal story became a public one. I posted about our move on Instagram to share the news with our friends and community. Little did I know that a CBS News reporter would see it, tweet it, and the tweet would explode to over 4 million views. I started receiving calls from the media wanting to run a story about how Louisiana was losing the director of pediatric heart transplant, only one of 3 specialists like me in the entire state. But no family should be forced to live in a state that does not want them or their family to thrive. No family should be forced to sit with kids at the dinner table and explain to them why they had to move away from their friends and the house they were growing up in, why they would no longer be at Mardi Gras or Jazz Fest each year. No doctor should be forced to say goodbye to the patients and families that they had grown so close to over the years, to leave children without adequate subspecialists to treat their diseases. No hospitals should close programs because their doctors no longer feel safe. My husband and I had a choice. You're heavy. We could shrink from the spotlight, or we could step into it. We could use this platform to speak out against hate. To be honest, it was terrifying. I reached out to leadership at Northwell, thinking that they would want to keep the Northwell name distanced from this type of story. I was shocked when I was told that they would be proud for me to announce where I was going. They even posted one of the news stories on the website. We went on almost every national news network to talk about how hateful legislation impacts real families, our families, and the families of my patients. I'm still waiting for that call from Fox News, though. So where has this journey led? Through all the darkness, this openly gay doctor is the medical director of the first ever pediatric heart transplant program on Long Island. About 2 months ago, our team successfully transplanted a 17-year-old young boy named Justin, the first child to have a heart transplant on Long Island. The hate that pushed us from Louisiana opened a new door for me and the families of this community. I'm not going to diminish the seriousness of the fight that we are in, but I tell my story because even in those difficult times, we can triumph. The adversity we faced in Louisiana didn't break us. It forged us. I am stronger for it. My family is stronger for it. It gave us a purpose we didn't know we had, igniting us with the spirit of repairing our broken world. So what can you do? Visibility matters because not all of us have the privilege of being able to be visible. You don't have to be gay to put up a rainbow flag or wear a pin. You can remind others that every single one of us was created inherently worthy of dignity and respect. This Pride is a time for all of us to lift each other up, to recognize the incomprehensible challenges and proceed despite them, to be the change that we demand to see in the world, to be kind to those we know and to be kinder to those we don't, to spread love and optimism in our community, is that for our tradition teaches we are all responsible for one another. Together we can and we will do hard things. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom, and happy Pride.
Wow. Thank you so much, Jake, for those powerful words, for being with us tonight, and for being part of our community. I'm sure I'm not alone in feeling that we are truly blessed to have your family as part of our family here at Temple Sinai. I also want to take a moment to thank all of the incredible lay leaders and staff who made tonight possible. I want to thank the incredible members of our office staff, especially Heather, Kathy, and Lee, who worked hard to make tonight beautiful and special. I want to thank our formidable leader, Lynn Fishkind, and her partner in crime, Riva Rothenberg, who is with us remotely, and Randy Marquise for putting together such a beautiful program this evening and for their dedication to making Pride Shabbat so meaningful. At this time,